again. My name is Gabe Zolna. This is the 19th of March 2018. Just read a rather informative article in a Western journal. I'll attach the link. You're not going to have to look for it, but I will give you the highlights. It was written by Becky Logia. Posted on March the 18th, 2018. Title: Ex-FBI Assistant Director confirms Trump's right. Government-wide anti-Trump plot. As high-ranking officials in Washington continue to shift or be terminated entirely, one official claims there is an obvious answer, an internal plot that aids Hillary Clinton. As reported by the Washington Examiner, former Assistant FBI Director James Kallstrom stated on Sunday that the issue was part of a larger conspiracy to protect Clinton during the 2016 presidential election, though she ultimately lost. Quote, "I think we have ample facts revealed to us during this last year and a half that high-ranking people throughout government, not just the FBI, high-ranking people had a plot to not have Hillary Clinton, indicted," Kallstrom suggested on Fox News Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo. Kallstrom, who has been with the FBI for 27 years, also claimed that numerous officials had a scheme to pin the blame on Trump for an alleged interference from Russia during the election. Quote, "They had a backup plan to basically frame Donald Trump, and that's what's been going on," Kallstrom said. The former FBI official added that this so-called plot to rig the 2016 campaign goes right to the top, insinuating that both former President Barack Obama, the fudge-packing Sunni Islamic extremist, homosexual, Muslim, communist, bastard Arab, and former Director John Brennan, who went to Mecca on a pilgrimage, had been conspirators in it. It goes right to the top, and it involves the whole strategy. They were going to win the 2016 election. Nobody would ever have known this stuff. And they just unleashed the intelligence community, Kallstrom said. Quote, "Look at the unmasking. We haven't even heard about that yet," he added. "Look at the way they violated the rights of the American citizen." Kallstrom further went on to cite text messages from Peter Strokes, who had been the FBI counterintelligence chief before being dismissed himself, that allegedly proved there had been a backup plan to frame Donald Trump as a Russian agent. "This whole thing is a total phony," Kallstrom said, about Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Trump-Russian collusion. "How would you feel if someone had a phony scheme about you go on for months and months and months?" he asked. Further pressure has increased on the current administration in terms of transparency as Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced the termination of FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, whose own firing was similar to that of former FBI Director James Comey. They both better have lost their pensions, but I don't think either one has or will. According to Sessions and Trump, McCabe was dishonest and lacked integrity, something Kallstrom suggested is rampant right now in Washington, especially in the handling of those he claims did nothing wrong. "I hope General Flynn sues a lot of people because he was handled so bad," Kallstrom said about Michael Flynn, who had signed only weeks into Trump's administration taking office, who resigned only weeks into Trump's administration before taking office. "He didn't lie to the FBI. They didn't even interview him about a crime. He was in his legal authorized mode when all that happened." Kallstrom insisted that, though there are numerous other lawmakers and officials in Washington that have committed felonies, General Flynn was not one of them. They ruined Flynn, and because they threatened his son, they bankrupted this guy that gave his life to this country at it. Just the whole dealings. Look how they deal with the IRS. There are so many things they have done badly. Hey folks, why is President Trump allowing this farce of investigation to continue? What needs to happen is that the FBI needs to be turned inside out and upside down, as does the CIA. And who ran the CIA for the last year? The same guy that Trump's going to make Secretary of State. You think something might be wrong with this picture? And how about who he's putting in as the CIA replacement? A psycho bitch. Folks, I don't make the news. All right? I'm going to attach the link. You look at it. You let me know what you think. Thanks for listening.